All right, guys. Round 11 for Fedor. Still unbeaten. Playing Sergio Rivas. Fedor got a bye last round, which pushed him on to round 11. So we have total left in the tournament for the banks 10. Fedor, Mickey, Shane, Billy, Moritz, Sergio Rivas, Shannon Murphy, Sky Woodward, Tim DeRuiter, Tony Chohan, and Ashley Nolan. Billy's playing Tim DeRuiter this round, and Sky is matching up against Mickey. Sky's currently up 1-0 in that matchup. Tony, what size are you looking for? I know I'm a big guy. I wear 3X, and I know they have 3X in these some of these hoodies and shirts. I know the 3X and the hoodie sold out pretty quick. All right, here we go. Rack number 1. All right, here we go. Fedor to break. All right, so Fedor, you got to save some of the bank. You can't make them all in the same shot. Puts 4 down on a break. Fedor's going to bank the 1 right back where he's at. All right, Fedor's got spot 4. Zach all out. If it didn't have Fedor's logo on it, I wouldn't allow it. But since it's got Fedor's logo, I'll allow it. All right, Sergio Rivas at the table. Playing real strong this event. He's going to hit low right on the 4 and try to spin it back to where he's at. P just won the Bigfoot. Pius won the Bigfoot. Oh, Fedor hits the 8 into the 3. All right, we have 1-0 Fedor on the score. Nathan Fedor doesn't need to be in the Omega room. Diaz has been playing well all week. He knocked Fedor out of the event. Beat Filler. He definitely deserved a win. All right, Sergio is going to bank the 3 to the bottom left. Fedor's looking at maybe banking the 8. He's going to bank the 8 to the bottom right. Behind the back bank. Catches the rail. All right, Sergio's going to have a chance here. He can bank the 7 off the rail. Play it right back where he's at. If he can get himself out to towards the middle of the table, meaning the center of the table, like by the first middle diamond. He's not going for it. He's going to bank the 5 in the side pocket then. Just catches the point. We got 377 on the stream on a Monday night. A little late here for round 11, but round 11 at 11. Let's do it. Better having a tough time deciding which one he wants to shoot. Okay. Not sure if Sergio is going to have enough room here to cross over the 8 on the bottom rail back up to the top. It's later in the tournament now, you're going to start seeing some players taking more calculated risks and keeping an eye on the shots more, so you might see a little bit longer in between shots. Rivas moving balls up table. Sergio plays real well. Fedor could bank the 7, or he could play the 3 off the right side rail. With a lot of inside English, it'll reverse the 3 when it hits the rail. Fedor going for the side with the 3. No good. It's going to be Rivas' break, or Rivas' shot. Yes, he did, Fox. Rivas can 2 rail the 6 where he's at, but I think he wants to try to play the 7 1 rail. Yeah, there were a lot of one pocket matches that went faster than that one. Speaking of one pocket, Fedor's one pocket match is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Nice shot by Rivas on the 6. Gonna make the score 1-1. Fedor or Sergio tries to turn over the 7 and doesn't work. All right, Fedor's going to shoot the 7 ball. Throw a little backhand on it. Play it to the top left corner. Catches a rail on the way in, but does fall down. That's going to give Fedor 2. We have Fedor 2, Sergio Rivas 1. Fedor going to cross over the 9. High left English at 11 o'clock. That one didn't turn over as much. And we got 2-1 Fedor. Rivas is going to bank the 8. Got to hold the cue ball, so he's looking for a little bit of inside English. Low. Nice shot by Sergio. He makes that 2-2. I actually learned that shot years ago from watching a video on the internet by Tor Lowry. And he was explaining in that particular shot that when you get down to shoot that low inside English, trying to bring the 8 ball and kill the angle, that you bring the back of the cue towards your body a little bit more. I tell you, that little adjustment, I Actually really helps a lot when you're trying to bank that ball. Let's get some engagement here, guys. Hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also hit a couple of the hearts, some emojis. Let's get the YouTube algorithm rolling. Sergio leads the 5 into the pocket. Fedor's going to have to thin bank. According to the digital pool website, it says that nobody has a rebuy. But Shane, Mickey, and Fedor haven't not lost yet. I don't know if that's just a typo or... I do know Sergio lost earlier, so this is an elimination for him. Fedor plays the 9 to the corner. We got 2-2 on the score. The 3-railer on the 3 if he wants to shoot it. Yes, it shows 3 with buybacks, but if you look at, I'm not sure if you're looking at the viewer, where it says players that can use a rebuy, and it says 0. All right, 2-railer on the 9 to the top right. Also 1-railer on the 1 to the top right. Fedor's taking the 2. You can let the cue go a little bit, because if it hits the 5, it's not a big deal. All right, that ball's going to spot behind the 9. We're going to have more banks action tomorrow. Round 3 of the 1 pocket. Shannon Murphy's still in. He's playing SVB this round. So the round 11 matchups. Sky Woodward's up 2-0 on Mickey Kraus. Tim DeRuyter's playing Billy Thorpe. Tony Chohan's playing Moritz Newhausen. And Shannon Murphy's playing Shane Van Boning. I would completely advise against digital pool getting volunteers to keep score. Score of the match should be between the players. Somebody could accidentally make a wrong scoring judgment, and the next thing you know, you have controversy on the scoring matchups. one rail for Fedor and a 5 in the side. Does not go. That cue ball needs to hit a rail. Still hit a rail anyway. Fedor's going to scratch. It's going to be 2 for Sergio, 1 for Fedor. Yeah, exactly, Zachy. We need a referee at every table. 50 tables, that would be a whole lot of people. All right, Rivas, 1 rail. 5 on the left side. All right, we have 3 for Sergio Rivas. 1 for Fedor this rack. All right, we got a cold Monday night here in some regions in the U.S., especially in the northeast parts. 765 right now on the stream. Jim, that's assuming every player is going to pick their ball and put it on their side. I just believe if you had volunteers as keeping score, it just would become a nightmare. You'd have players trying to pull moves. Three for Sergio Rivas, 1 for Fedor Gorst. A lot of minuses all over the country right now. Fedor reversing the 1 back up to the left side. It must be Western PA. Right now in Philadelphia, it's like 12 degrees or 15. Yeah, I definitely agree. Ed, for the 1 pocket. But so the way that they do these camera setups is, so this camera is actually on the back of the light that's on the opposite table. And then the light that's above this table, that camera is for that table. Torture, what's up, buddy? I know, right? Yeah, there was a guy on a Matchroom forum last week going real hard about the overhead. Yeah, I agree, World Beater. It's not like they're breaking the rack hearts, and there's no risk of the cue ball, blowing off the table. Gene, it's actually 3-1. And that's a conversation that we've been talking about how here where I'm at, I don't have the access to change the score. The score is supposed to be changed by the players. Michael Thompson, yeah, there was a whole big thing about it. The guy was complaining about how Matchroom production isn't good and that they use the overhead camera too much and all right. Rivas moves the cue ball to the top rail. 36 seconds to figure that one out. All right, Fedor moving the 9 to the opposite side. Let's see if there's something I can do here with the score. Let me see if I can tap into Digital Pool's system real quick. Create my own scoreboard. Guys, bear with me here for 1 second. I'm just going to do something a little different on the screen here to see if I can import scoreboard that I can control the score. So what do we have? We have 3-1. Sergio, or I'm sorry, what was it? 1, 2, 3 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3-1 Sergio. There we go. I'll just keep score. Dax Fedor's one of the top players in excuse me. Fedor's one of the top players in almost every format that he plays. Sergio Rivas is thinking about these shots down to a molecular level here. He's going to play the 7 into the left side rail. He skims the 7, makes a Q hit. Fedor's going to bank the one rail to the bottom left. And Eddie P just called me a second ago there. We got 3-2. Fedor might be able to 2-rail the 2 to the top right. You have to play a lot of inside on the 2. Definitely nothing easy here. Two rails on the 2 to the top right. Oh, just short. Got it moving now. Hit it pretty well. All right, Rivas can 1 rail it back to where he's at. He's got to play the short angle on this. Alrighty. Rivas sinks that down pretty well. It was a good shot. It's going to give him 4. He can 1 rail the 3 to the top. Or sorry, to the bottom right. I have to put about a half a tip of inside, play it right past the middle diamond. He played it before the middle diamond. It's going to come short. would have gone, had to have gone about an inch or so past the middle diamond and would have swished it in. Federer's going to bank the 9. It's going to move the 2 balls. That's actually not bad for Federer, though. All right, Rivas puts the 3. Push that ball over a little bit. Federer does not really have a great shot here. He's got to make something happen. Going to play the 9 softly to the point, I believe. He's looking at the 7, maybe coming 2 rails and getting stuck to the 3, but I think he's just going to play the 9 softly to the rail. He's going to make the 9 leave. All right, it's going to leave Rivas a shot to the bottom left corner. All right, so it works for Federer. Moves the 9 out. 3 moves a little bit too. And Federer can bank the 3. 1 rail. Put a 3 in the top right. Guys, excuse me 1 second. Be right back. And Federer with the 9. Federer moving the 9 to the bottom rail. It's going to leave the 3 with a couple options. He can 2 rail the 3 in the side. Or, I'm sorry, Rivas is going to leave the 9 to the top rail. It's going to leave Federer a couple options. He can 2 rail the 3 into the side pocket. Fedor hits a little soft. It's going to run out of juice. Sergio could also bank this ball to the bottom right corner. Going to come across the face of it with low outside English. Try to go around the table with it. All right, Fedor's going to try to kill this 9 ball. 4 rails down. He killed it off the rail pretty good. It's not going to go, though. I'll sit right back in the same spot. Chuck, did you get that text message I sent you? There's a 3 railer. All right, Rivas is going to go for the 1 railer long. Might even go for the 2 railer. Hit the outside of the ball. That's going to leave Fedor 2 shots. Oh. 3's not in the greatest position. All right, Fedor's going to bank the 9 to the top right. Put a excuse me, a hair left-handed English on this to kill it. Coming off the rail. All right, buckets for Fedor. That's going to give him 3. He needs 2 more. And 2 rails for Fedor, 3 in the bottom left. It'll be 2 o'clock English here to kill the ball off the second rail. It's got a nice spin. It's going to come up short, though. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, Torture, but I know Eddie P's got some sick cues. Crosser Cues is actually one of my sponsors. They, man, he gets some awesome stuff. If you guys are looking for like a custom cue, you should definitely check him out. Two reels in the side pocket, maybe. It's going to have to come wide with the angle. Good try. Crossroad Qs. They're a Q broker. They sell some of the best high-end Qs in the country. That's a great shot by Sergio Rivas. He's going to go up 1-0. They're a personal sponsor of mine. That was a great shot. Three rails in the side pocket. All right, Sergio Rivas is up 1-0 in a race to 3 on Fedor. Sergio does not have a rebuy. Fedor does. There he is, actually. We'll just... Crossroad Q's is popping in. All right, Rivas is breaking rack number 2. All right, 2 balls down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 2 balls down. 1 in the corner. Matthew, they might be finishing tomorrow. This is round 11. Some players can be knocked out tonight with this round, so there could be a finish tomorrow. All right, Fedor's Rivas can play low left on this 6 and hit it right at the side diamond. Play into the top right corner. I'm gonna play it right off the first or the middle diamond. Hit that ball pretty well. That ball should have went down. All right, Fedor at the table. Got his work cut out for him a little bit here. No, this is not the final. The final will be the final will actually be played on Sunday. They'll get to the finals tomorrow, but the actual finals of the one pocket will be. I'm sorry, of the banks will be on Sunday. They're actually doing all 3 finals for the tournament. So it's going to be the one pocket, then one, or I'm sorry, the banks. When the banks conclude 1 hour later, is going to be the one pocket. When the one pocket concludes 1 hour later, is going to be the WNT 9 ball. Inside English on the 7. We'll play it to the top left corner. That was a little short. Cue ball control. I believe if 2 players who still have a rebuy get to the finals, it extends the race to a race to 4 instead of them doing like a rebuy situation. All right, Federer's going to play the 4-1 rail. Mine was a McDermott Lucky. All right, Federer's got one. And Federer's going to bank the 5 to the right side. Federer has 2 now. The Moochie Sneaky Pete is the holy grail of the hustler. Every good road player had one of them at least one time in their life. I actually have a triple 60. I actually love the carbon. I think it's fantastic, especially with the interchangeable joints. Everybody had an eliminator also, Matt Moorhead. You're all Strickland eliminator. I actually have a Viking triple 60 right now paired to a Jacoby Custom. All right, Sergio Rivas, 1 rail over. I'm going to try to bank the 2 into the side pocket. And Rivas puts it down. Yeah, the white carbon. You're absolutely right. Sorry about that. See, and this is exactly my point earlier. This is why we don't have other people keeping score. There you pro. Rivas knocks the 6 in. That's going to spot up. 3 goes around the horn. I always like seeing those the Q of the year every year at the Super Billiards Expo. Being able to vote on it's always pretty cool. All right, Federer looking to bank to 2. The right side of the table, side pocket. All right, 2 in the side. That's going to give Federer 3. Speaking of three, he might shoot the three here. Play it across side. The top right. Got to thin it past that 7. I don't think it clears. All right, 8 ball, 4 rails to the top right corner. All right, buckets for Fedor. That's 4. Makes that 4 railer look so easy. Matt Warhead, I'm not sure. I'm kind of hoping it is, to be honest with you. I've been on the stream since 12 this afternoon, but if Fedor's playing, I'm commentating. Let's do it. What kind of help you need there, Superboy? Backwards bang Fedor. We're going to tie this. Rack scores up 1-1. It's a nice out by him. Speaking of Fedor, guys, check out Fedor's Magic Rack. Connor Kent, that earns you 2 fouls. Chill out there. We're going to have to go, okay? Collins, what's up, buddy? All right, we're going into rack number 3. Scores tied up 1-1. Brownie, what's going on? All right, let's see if Fedor can bank the 7 to the top left. No problem, James. Collins, what's your schedule this week? You want to do a you want to do like a little collab on commentary? You and I together? All right, we got one for Fedor. Yeah, if you don't know about Sergio Rivas, you should read up on him. Take a look through some of the old AZ Billiards articles. Plays real strong. Emerson, if you're not beating on him and you're you're treating him pretty good, you can probably get a long time out of him. Why don't we do something Thursday night, Collins? I think that'd be cool. You and I commentating together. We'll steal everybody's views. Get like 10,000. Spanked there by Sergio. It's going to tie the score, make it 1-1. Works for me, buddy. All right, 5 cross side works here. Also, the 9 works in the top right. I'm going to have to turn the 9 over a little bit. Emerson, so the ones that Fedor has here, they're from Magic Ball Rack. I'm also sponsored by them too. They make great ball templates. Should definitely look into them. Magic Ball Rack. All right, we have 1-1 on the score. The 4 goes to the top right. If I was going to play 1 rail and a 9 in the side pocket. Oh, nice shot. It's close. My friend George Hammerbacher would say it was tasty. Farrell Pringles can works really well too. As long as you're not jamming them in there, you just put it in there nice and soft. You can put them in a Pringles can and they won't crease up. All right, 1 rail bank on the top right. It's twisting pretty well. All right, Rivas has 2. Yeah, we've all jammed them in our case at least once and then realized. Yeah, see, it's a double reward. You eat the can of Pringles first, and then you got a template holder. Two ball goes in the top right with low inside English plate right in between basically where he has the chalk and the first diamond. Could go 2 rails with the 5 in the side also. I've seen people put a hole punch in them, World Beater, and they actually clip them onto the side of their case. All right, Fedor 1 rail on the 1 on the right side. No, that would be from Earl putting the armor all on it. We got 2-2 on the score. Let it go. What's up, buddy? This is round number 11, Sean. Fedor's looking at the 4. I like the 2 on the bottom right pocket here. All right, Fedor taking a look. Looking at his 2 ball. He's going to play the 2 ball to the bottom right. 10 players left, Sean. Just a little undercut on that one. $23 Lake, I'll find out for you. And the next time we go live on the stream, I'll get an answer. All right, Rivas going to play the 9. Back to the top left. Now, it's not a single elimination, and it's not a bracket race. It's a rebuy situation. Think of it like a chip tournament. Everybody gets 2 chips. He's a little short on the 9. For my estimation, there's 3 buybacks left. Fedor, Shane, and Mickey, I believe. Yeah, listen. Fedor hasn't lost yet. Shane actually lost to Shannon Murphy. So Shane's on a rebuy now. And Mickey lost to Sky Woodward. So Fedor is the only unbeaten person left in the tournament as of right now. What's up, Mike? Thanks, buddy. We have 2-2 on the ball count. Rivas is going to bank the 5, 1 rail to the right side. 95,000, I believe, Beasley. You guys go to the Derby City Classic website, derbycityclassic.com. There's a lot of information on there about all the tournaments. Yeah, absolutely, Connor. Usually there's about 10 or 12 people still with a rebuy. Three hours, that Shane Hennessy match. Actually, I think it was longer than that. Three hours and 9 minutes was that match between Shane and Hennessy. Well, it's definitely up for grabs. They haven't even played the third discipline yet. One pocket is only into round 3. The 10 ball doesn't count, so the Buddhist wouldn't get any points towards it. Collins, on the PA Pro-Am stream, we had a chalk counter. All right, guys. Because we're continuously getting the same questions. Here is a link to the viewer for the tournament. If you click on that, it tells you all the information about the tournament, who's left, who lost to who. And Fedor puts the 6 on the bottom left corner. Yeah, the Buddhist played real strong in that 10 ball. George Rapaeus won it. 2 rails by Sergio. Good try. All right, Fedor's going to bank the 4. Top right. Bigfoot's never counted. Master of the Table's always just been the 3 disciplines of banks 1 pocket, and 9 ball. And the Bigfoot is, yeah, exactly what Michael Thompson was saying there. Bigfoot's only 16 people, so not everybody gets a shot at it equally. All right, Fedor misses the 4. The 4 is going to come and sit in the bottom right. All right, Rivas going to play 3 rails on the 4 ball. Going to hit half the left side of the 4 ball with a little bit of left-hand spin. A little too much speed on that. It opened up his angle. All right, Fedor's going to cross over the 6. It was not. Up, the boat's rocking now. Speed shortens the angle on one rail, Charles. It opens it on the second rail. Two rails by Fedor. He just misses that two. It's not going to go in now. It's going to stay on the right side. Three rails for Rivas on the 4. Still going to make contact by the third diamond. Too far up. It's going to hit the point. It's going to give Fedor a shot. Well, Fargo doesn't really come into play here on the one pocket. Fedor's going to slow roll that 4 into the pocket. And it's going to give him 3. He's going to need 2 more. Fedor plays safe on the 2 and the 9. Rivas could play safe back, though. If he can hold the cue ball there, he can play the 2 past the 9 and just leave the cue right next to the 9. All right, Fedor 3 rails. I'm sorry, 1 rail with the 2 ball. He could also 1 rail the 5. Fedor's going to 1 rail the 2. He's going to hit it right at the first diamond. Put some spin on it, let the ball turn over. Turn to the right. Too much speed on it. It's going to sit by the pocket. Rivas makes the 6. I don't know if that was a smart shot for him. They're just going to play the 5, 2 rails in the side pocket. All right, Fedor misses the 5. It's going to roll down towards the 6. It's going to take away the bank on the 6. There is a 2 railer on the 9. Yeah, Shannon, I can push someone out. I'm looking at the comments here, I don't see anything that's crazy. What you got? I didn't see all of them. No, let me see. Fedor's going to cross over the 6. 1 rail. He's going to hit it almost right in between the 2nd and 3rd diamond. All right, it's going to give Fedor 4. He's going to double bank the 9 ball. So it's going to be inside English. He's going to try to bank the 9 to the 1st diamond on the right side and let the reverse kick off the rail. It's going to hold up. All right, we have 1,584 viewers right now and only 194 likes. That means I need you guys to hit the like button for me and engage a little bit. Also, hit a couple of those heart emojis or any kind of emojis there. Got to get that algorithm moving. All right, that 9 ball's going to spot. All right, 1 rail for Fedor. I'm going to play about 4 inches before the 1st diamond on the bottom rail. So I'm going to turn the cue over a little, turn the cue ball over to the side rail to get it out of the way. Thanks, that dude. That's going to hit short. Thanks, Alyssa. Check everything about the tournament here at this link. Sergio Rivas has now 3. Tell you all the players that are left, who's out. He was a little short on the 5. Fedor 1 rail on the 5 to the left side is an option. All right, Fedor misses that. It's going to give Sergio a chance. Bank to 5, back to the top left. All right, we're doing better with those likes. 266. Still need some more. Five's twisting. It's going to hit the point and push in. All right, it's going to be 4-4 on the score. No problem, Japalo. All right, Sergio makes the ball. I don't know. It's going to leave Fedor a clear bank to take the rack if he can make it here. Yeah, I don't know if if I was him, I don't know if I want to make that one. All right, Fedor's going to take rack number 3. He's going to be up 2-1 in a race to 3. I think Sergio might want to have that shot back. Guys, check out Fedor's merchandise that he has down there at the Derby. Bet high, play hard, hustle edition hoodie. The straight back. Chest pool and the 2-time Ghost all-around champion. If you click the link at the top there, it'll take you right to Fedor's collection on his website, FedorGorstShop.com. That's what I was thinking too. Fedor will just come off the right side and just bump it down to the bottom rail. All right, Fedor's going to play the 6. 1 rail to the bottom right. All right, Fedor's got 1. I like the straight back t-shirt. There's a few people in my area that terminology annoys them, so I think I'm gonna get one just to piss them off. All right, 5 ball to the bottom right. Do 5 to the bottom right, 8 to the bottom right. Nice shot by Fedor. Fires that 5 ball down. Guys, I know we all live our lives here a quarter mile at a time, but, you know, I'm really missing a pretty good match here. And Fedor having a couple balls ready to get out. Two rails on the 2. To the bottom left might be possible. Or the 7 bottom left, 1 rail. Didn't twist enough. And Fedor's got a spot 1 from the break. Rivas going to tap 1 rail to the right side. He's got to clear that 1. Not going to go. It's going to hit the 1 and stop. I think I've only had 1 break and run so far this this event. It wasn't from Fedor. Billy Thorpe had 1. Fedor got a 5 and out. Got 5 out on Francisco, but it wasn't from the break. Two to the bottom corner doesn't go. Sergio has the 4. He can bank the 4 back to the bottom right. He's got the 2 as a little bit of a blocker. Also has the 1 railer on the 9. 1 pocket shot, little inside English. Does not go. It's going to leave Fedor a possible shot. He has the 9. He can bank right back out where he's standing. All right, high left for Fedor. 2 o'clock English. To play a little less than half of the ball. That ball jumped. Three ball goes to the bottom right. Rivas makes that ball. Fedor has a shot on the 9 now. He can play the 9 to the top rail. He's going to have to turn the ball over. Fedor looking at a couple different shots. Wow, he's looking at the 3-rail look at the 3-rail combo or the 1 rail on the 3. Looks like he's playing the 1 railer on the 3. Yeah. Side pocket, 3 rails. I don't... Lose the 8 with the Q. Oh. Good try though by Fedor. And Sergio. Excuse me, 1 rail to the side. Sergio's going to get away with 1 there. Fedor going to play the 7. 1 rail to the right side. It's not going to clear the 8. Too far in the jaws of the pocket to back reverse the 9, possibly. He's going to go for it. 7 on the right side. I'll play left-hand English on this. He wants to kill the angle coming off the rail. Sergeant Trek, yes, race to 3. Gotta watch his speed here. Good shot by Fedor. That's going to give him 3 on the ball count. Going to play the 8 to the bottom left. He's going to play this outside left English. He's going to hit about 4 inches to the right of the 2 and let the spin the 8 ball back into the rail. Alright, that's 4 for Fedor. Might play the one railer on the 9. Or sorry, one railer on the 1, or he might just play the hold on the 9. He's going to play the one railer on the 1. All right, he's got a crossover on this one. Shake his hand, Fedor. You're going on to the next round, buddy. Practice the handshake, fellas. All right, Fedor's going to win that. He's going to move on to the next round, round 12. I believe round 12 is tomorrow. Let's see if we have a confirmation of that. Yes, looks like round 12 is tomorrow. Great shooting by Fedor. Great shooting by Sergio Rivas also. He's playing real strong in this tournament. Real nice strong finish. Good payoff for him. Alright guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Fedor plays tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the 1 pocket. And then I believe right after the 1 pocket, the 1 pocket round, they'll start playing the banks. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks, Sean. Make sure you turn the notifications on also. That means that anytime Fedor plays, you guys will get a notification that he's on the table. All right, so talk to you guys soon. See you guys later on.